Imagine a world without fire. No lights, no cooked food, no warm homes, no metal tools, no engines, no cities, no modern civilization. For millions of years, our ancestors lived in a dangerous world filled with darkness, cold weather, and deadly predators. Then, one discovery changed everything. A force so powerful that it transformed humans from simple survivors into the builders of civilizations. That discovery was fire. But how did humans first discover it? Who was the first person to control it? And how did this glowing flame become one of the most important tools in human history? Today, we're going back hundreds of thousands of years to uncover the incredible story of how fire was discovered. Fire existed long before humans appeared on Earth. Millions of years ago, nature created fire on its own. Lightning strikes could set dry forests on fire. Volcanoes could release lava hot enough to ignite everything in its path, even rocks crashing. Together could sometimes create sparks. Imagine being one of our ancient ancestors and seeing a forest fire for the first time. Trees exploding into flames, animals running in terror, smoke filling the sky. The heat would have been overwhelming. Early humans, fire was probably both terrifying and fascinating. They didn't understand what it was, but they noticed something important. After a fire passed through an area, some animals were found dead and partially cooked. The cooked meat was softer, easier to chew, and often tasted better. Without realizing it, humans were discovering one of fire's greatest benefits. Scientists believe that early human ancestors began using fire more than 1 million years ago. However, they couldn't create it yet. Instead, they likely borrowed it from nature. After a wildfire, they may have taken burning branches back to their camps. The challenge was keeping the fire alive. If it went out, they had to wait until nature provided another one. So people learned to protect flames carefully. They added dry wood. They watched the fire day and night, and they carried embers from place to place. This was one of humanity's first great responsibilities. Some researchers believe that groups who could keep fire alive had a huge advantage over those who couldn't, because fire offered something priceless: safety. Life before fire was extremely difficult. At night, darkness covered the world. Dangerous animals hunted freely. Temperatures could become deadly cold. But fire changed everything. The light allowed people to see after sunset. The heat protected them. During winter, predators became afraid of approaching camps surrounded by flames. For the first time, humans could extend their day beyond daylight hours. Families gathered around fires. Stories were told. Knowledge was shared. Many scientists believe these nighttime gatherings helped develop human language and social bonds. Fire didn't just protect humans, it brought humans together. And that may have changed our evolution forever. For thousands of years, humans depended on natural fires, but eventually they made another revolutionary discovery. They learned how to create fire themselves. One method involved rubbing pieces of dry wood together. The friction generated heat. Heat could ignite dry grass or bark. Another method involved striking certain rocks together. Rocks, such as flint, could create sparks. If the sparks landed on dry material, a fire could start. This changed everything. Humans no longer had to wait for lightning or volcanoes. They could make fire whenever they needed it. For the first time, people had control over one of nature's most powerful forces. One of the greatest breakthroughs in history happened when humans began cooking food. Raw meat is difficult to chew and digest. Cooking softens food, kills harmful bacteria, and allows the body to absorb more nutrients. This meant humans could gain more energy from the same amount of food. Some scientists believe cooking played a major role in the growth of the human brain. As brains became larger, humans became smarter. They created better tools, developed better hunting techniques, and eventually built complex societies. In a way, every modern meal can be traced back to humanity's first campfires. Without cooking, human history might have been completely different. But fire was only the beginning. Once humans learned to control fire, they unlocked possibilities that had never existed before. Over time, people discovered that certain rocks and metals changed when exposed to intense heat. This led to one of humanity's next great breakthroughs: metallurgy. Copper was among the first metals to be shaped and used. Later came bronze, a stronger material that helped people create better tools, weapons, and farming equipment. Eventually, humans learned to work with iron, transforming entire civilizations. Villages became cities. Cities became kingdoms. Technology continued to advance. Fire also made it possible to create pottery, Clay could be hardened into durable containers for storing food and water. This improved survival and allowed communities to grow larger. As societies expanded, trade networks developed. Ideas spread from one region to another. Knowledge traveled farther than ever before. Thousands of years later, the same force that once warmed small campsites powered massive industries. Fire helped drive steam engines during the Industrial Revolution. Factories appeared, trains connected distant lands. Production increased on a scale the ancient world could never have imagined. Even today, fire remains deeply connected to modern life. Power plants generate electricity using heat. Engines rely on controlled combustion. Manufacturing processes use high temperatures to create everything from steel to glass. The technology around us may seem far removed from ancient campfires, but the connection still exists. Think about it for a moment. Every city skyline, every airplane, every computer, every smartphone. All of them are part of a chain of discoveries that stretches back hundreds of thousands of years to the moment our ancestors first learned to control fire. What began as a source of warmth and protection became a tool for cooking, innovation, industry, and progress. It helped shape our bodies, expand our minds, and build the world we live in today. Fire was not just another discovery, it was one of the most important turning points in human history. Without it, civilization as we know it might never have existed, and damn. That's how a simple flame changed the course of humanity forever. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What invention should we explore next?